Generic greetings and welcome back to Timberborn. In the previous episode we were doing mainly reforestation and it's going on quite nicely. We've got a lot of pine here. It's a lot of wood in the form of pine and also some maple down the bottom because our dam's now built so we can get across, etc. And I've just realised that the walkway on the right hand side from the north to the south part of the river is done, which means we could probably extend our farming. However, well, I actually thought the farming would extend a little bit further than it has, but I mean, this is still a decent area for farming. Speaking of that, we've got potatoes, carrots, as well as some wheat. The problem at the moment is that we've got 210 wheat and no way to turn it into bread. I think you need to get the grist mill, which we are currently working on. You need gears, which we also started making from the gear workshop there. And that will allow us to build the grist mill, which turns wheat into flour, and then you use a baker, which is flour into flour and wood into bread, and that's nutrition 3. At the moment we are fulfilling 6 needs, and we do need to probably improve that. We've got nutrition, well, we've got hunger, thirst and sleep. Those are the basic needs there. We then have nutrition, which is broken down into nutrition 1, 2 and 3. We are currently fulfilling 2 out of the 3. There's all level 1, 2 and 3, which we are not fulfilling any of. And then we've got happiness, which is split into social life, fun, comfort, knowledge, spirituality and aesthetics. So maybe look at fun or knowledge. Let's have a quick look at that, because we do have 209 science points. So over to leisure here, we have a campfire, which satisfies social life, which is there in this barren wasteland. We also have a rooftop terrace, which is the same sort of thing, but it just needs to be placed above something. So it needs to be placed... why can't I place that? That is very weird. I can't actually place it on top of the places it needs to be placed at. How curious. In fact, I'm actually at a different level, because there's something on top of that, and I can't see it. Okay. That's a new one. Hang on. Do we have... There we go. The levels will move down for reasons. So yes, back over to our leisure here, and they say rooftop terrace can go on here. I know a lot of people have suggested that we build on the top here. If we want any more housing, we can place our housing all the way along here, and I think that's a good idea. I'm still a bit annoyed by the mirrored, and we may get rid of those, but each one does require... for a lodge, it's only 12 logs actually, and we've only 37. Yeah, we'll have to think about that one. Anyway, I digress. So we could build up there. We do, however, as I said, want something more like maybe entertaining. So we've got a carousel, which is a wooden carousel. No, an all wooden merry-go-round for beavers of all ages. Solid. Other buildings can be built on top of it. Interesting. And also it satisfies fun and has 12 visitors. The problem with that is it requires 50 planks, 50 gears and 40 metal, which we do not have access to. What about monuments? We can get a labourer monument, a flame monument and a tribute to integrity, but that satisfies all, and you need, wow, it's 1,000, 3,000 and 12,000 respectively for the sign, so that's not getting unlocked. Decoration, we also have these in here, so we can place things like roofs and things like that, and plank fences and log fences. It says decorative fence made out of logs. Can I place it in between there? That would be quite nice if we could do that, but I have a feeling that it will take up a full tile. Okay, so really then, there's not much else as far as I can see. Yeah, there's not much else as far as I can see when it comes to... fun. We've got the underground warehouse, which is unique to this faction. There's a couple of others of that. You've got triple lodge. Satisfies sleep and comfort, and that's unique to this faction. What about water? You've got the irrigation tower, unique to this faction. Must be built on the ground. Large water tanks and a depth marker. That's pretty good. So yeah, you can use the irrigation tower to irrigate land around it, not that we really need to. A beehive, which is 400, boosts the growth of nearby crops. I think that's what we were going to go for. Let's just stick with our plan then for now. Let's just go to max speed and let it crack on. In terms of storage, we are probably coming close to maximum storage, but it's mainly this wheat, and we definitely need the gears. How many gears does this produce? It says, prioritize this building by haulers. It says... productivity is 100%. Well, it's only 95% now, and it does take some amount of time to get that sorted. We're making 1 gear, really. I think we're making 2 or 3 gears a day. Wow. So we need another gear workshop. However, I have a feeling that a gear workshop is also going to cost us quite a bit. There's a scavenger flag, which we haven't got, and a shredder, which we haven't got either. So a gear workshop is... what does it cost? It costs 15 wood and a total of... 15 wood and 25 planks. We have the planks, we got 35. I do think another gear workshop is probably the way forward, so let's place that in there. Obviously we need to go to power and to our right angle, and we'll place a right angle along there, and this is going to go along into, well, it can go anywhere it wants realistically, but I think we'll put a joint of 4 there, so you can go, that goes into that building, but then we can output it elsewhere. Realistically, nothing else is going to go around there now, is it? It's either going to spread off there or spread off there. Some of these potatoes here are very close to being harvestable, and these are the ones, well, and this wheat as well. Once this wheat here has finished, I will put all this as potatoes. If we were to farm at the opposite side, I'm not entirely sure what we would farm. I'm very tempted by just go straight up carrots. And, oh, the drought has started. So as you can see, all of the water here is, well, it's stopped there and now it's receding, as well as the sort of lifeblood of the land there. And if we just close that down, we'll be able to see the water a little bit better. It goes like a semi-transparent... hang on. Yeah, it's translucent. So... yeah, you can sort of see the bottom there, and it goes, you can see over this side, it's all this inlet is sorted, so it goes back to there, so all these are now still alive, and it's going to take, 6 days until the next one, until the next sort of non-dry season. That doesn't make any sense. It's, yeah, until the next season. Okay, a couple of things we may need to do then. We think I need a power wheel or so. If we take a couple of power wheels, put a power wheel in there. Is power connection blocked? Yeah, that would be blocked. I tell you what then, I'm going to cancel that. Delete that building. I'm going to have that in there. Then I'm going to have a right angle like that. And then I'm going to place in this wheel. So we have a wheel in the corner. Obviously prioritize this is high. The highest priority. And I have a feeling that we won't be able to get round. We'll have to see about that one. The idea is that this wheel will be able to power these two. Each of these wheels only provides 50 horsepower, and this lumber mill requires 50 horsepower. This one requires 120 horsepower. So you really can't use the gear workshop, can you? So I guess it'll work. Oh no, will it work? Possibly. It's just the efficiency will be really low. I don't know, but the fun, as always, will be in finding out. Grist Mill is on 14 of 20 gears, so obviously you can't get all the required materials, but we'll get there in the end. We have people working in the research centres, all 3, which is fine. In fact, we have no problems at all, really, when it comes to population. The population will balloon based on how many lodges you have. So, there you are. This is getting built and actually has been built. We just need to finish off the wheel here. Requires logs. Currently, actually does 40 logs and we've got 62. Obviously, all of this here, we've got our lumberjacks and they are set to sort all this out and gather it. If we go over to our, where is it? Cut trees. That's set to cut trees. Should probably set the other one as well. Marked as tree cutting, and there you are. So now they can go at the other side. So a lot of them were sitting around doing nothing because I hadn't marked that one. But once that's been cut, we should also have a one that's for replanting as well. Let me just double check. So it is plant trees. Pretty sure that's automatically in. Yeah, pine. Sure, that's set. So this has been cut down and then, yeah, it's getting replanted. Okay, that's fine. So at least we know that's now all up and running. We also have over here as well, which is where we got some blueberries. So we set those up with the forester. Up here we can always irrigate it if need be. Don't think it's going to be required, but we shall see. Water level has dropped down a considerable amount. If we spin the camera around, you can see where we have our bit of a glitchy thing, but we can see the water level is about half. See that there? A water marker would actually be beneficial at this stage. 35 or 40 logs there. So that's almost done. And we're halfway through the dry season. Food-wise, running a bit low. We'll turn the grill on. That'll give us loads of baked potatoes. Because we've got 70 sitting there. Oh, hang on. We've got the beehive. So, hang on. What do we need for the beehive? It requires... Is that paper? I think that says paper. I'll unlock it anyway. Yes. And we can see wherever we place it, we get big bonuses. We get big bonuses to the growth of nearby crops. However, it requires, I believe, paper. Paper mill is 250 and requires gears, planks, and wood. Okay, fair enough. Back over to food. No, it would be plant crops and to potatoes. All that's going to go as potatoes. All this is going to stick out as potatoes. Food is going up massively because of our grill. And, oh, here we go. So, this is... Who have we got in here? We have Ron J, I think. Ron Jatty, maybe. Either way, they are currently on the... this power wheel here. And they are supplying 50 horsepower. However, the demand across all of this is 290 horsepower. So I'm going to probably pause one of these because the efficiency is 17%. If we pause that, it's going to increase the efficiency across the board for the rest of them, which it has, which is good. And I will probably go for a pause on the lumber mill as well. The whole goal here is to make sure we get the right amount of gears. Because we need to get this wheat used up. We've got so much wheat. So we need to sort that out. So I'm going to wait until this is 100%. And consume these logs into planks. There we go. And then I'll pause it. So we turn that off. So this is now up to 42% efficiency. So we're probably producing 1 gear per day, I would imagine. It's not ideal. Gears, it says 15 out of the 20 that are required. Looks like forest is okay here. And waiting for this to grow. You can see all of this is alive. Some of them are barren back there, though. Because of this, sadly. Yeah, see that? So we've got some of these bits here that aren't growing properly because of this. And a lot of the bushes says dies in 5 days. Okay. It's actually not too much. It's okay on some of the others. Fair enough. So, I guess... it's making sure we get to this 2.3 days and more power. That's what I'm seeing now. We just need more power. So what I might do is think about an area for gathering more power, but I don't want it in an area that is, shall we say, we're going to be growing stuff from. So all of this, I don't want to put the power around there because it's a fairly decent area for, say, crops. I was about to say, can you build up? And the answer is yes, you can. And also windmills. Generates a changeable amount of power from wind. 120 and requires planks and logs. Seems like that is one of the ways to go as well. Generates 120 horsepower. So we can either put water wheels here, and I was going to say use the high power shaft to increase, well, bring up the power and then along, or we could use windmills. I think it's going to be windmills, realistically. The problem is connecting up to the existing power grid. I guess, for the lack of a better term. I'd most likely have to cut into some of these crops, have the shaft going along there into here, and then have this area set up as a windmill. Actually, probably the windmills around here with the other manufacturing around that area. That's possible. Possible and probable, quite frankly. That's most likely what we'll end up doing. Water is still not too bad. But you can tell massively that we have problems when it comes to the power. When there's no water flow, power is a big issue. We also have 6 people who are currently unemployed. Let's build another log pile. Storage log pile. And I'll place it over here, I think. That's not a bad place because it's where we can't, we can't farm the majority of that, so that's okay. This is our bakery, which requires gears as well. Okay. I think wheat is... We're just going to cancel it. We're going to cancel it. It's far too advanced for our needs. I've cancelled all that. I'm going to put this as probably carrots again. Set this as carrots. And wheat, because we've got 258 of it, plus change once we get all this. Over 300 it'll probably be. I think it would be best we... just get rid of that. Gears. Wow, that's a lot of gears. We now have more power. We have a windmill and a large windmill. I'm going to go with windmill. Yes. Oh, it's only size 1. Or even better. Power connection blocked. Right, okay. So, I mean, I could place them along here. Along the road. And remove this. Okay, I think I'm going to preemptively alter this. So, it is... how are we going to do this? Crops. Clear planting area. Clear that. Clear that. Okay. And all these will be removed. Actually, we can tell it to be removed anyway. I'll do that. I'll tell it to remove it. Remove all those. Remove those, because those are nowhere near... Oh no, they're 84%. They're going to be grown shortly anyway. So all these will be harvested eventually, so we'll let them do that. And then the road is going to go along there and across. Obviously, going to pause that water. Do we need to pause the water wheel? We are supplying more than enough without that water wheel. Admittedly, someone is now unemployed because of that. I don't think it's too much of a stretch, is it? I don't think it's too much of a problem. I'm also thinking, if I build across here with... Where is it? These. Can you build on top of it? Yes, solid. So you can put windmills across there. Interesting. Okay. Well, in terms of gears, we have 2 sets of gears going. They're at maximum efficiency as well. And I guess the problem is that... Oh no, that's fine. It's fine. I was going to say, these you actually use planks for gears, but this produces a lot more planks. So we should be fine there. A lot more wood's getting stored over there. Got loads of wood. Okay, I'm going to do... I'm going to do what I've been wanting to do for a while and get rid of these mirrored lodges. And don't place a mirrored one back in. That would be a terrible mistake. Oh, good grief. Okay. So, these are all getting harvested. They'll get stored as well. I'm going to place another warehouse down. We're going to clear... So you've got warehouses there and small warehouses there. We could go for a slightly bigger one. We've got a large warehouse and an underground warehouse, which is unique to this faction. But it's got brilliant capacity. It goes from 200 to 1,000 to 4,000, but the 4,000 one is 1,000 science to get, so it's not happening. Over to our clear planting area. It's not actually clear planting area, it's just demolish. So demolish those around here. And then we'll put another storage in. Just a standard storage. So this is roughly in the centre. And one more to go. There we go. So we got another storage in. Hey! We have a grist mill. There it is. That looks pretty nice as well. Don't like the way the gears are like not meshing, but there you are. So that turns wheat into flour. And flour you can turn into bread. Okay. Over to pathing. Pathing along there. Pathing along there. Want to then demolish. How do you demolish them? All of that. And all of that. And then all of that. And we're still going to have problems with the connections, aren't we? I don't know, I'm going to get power up and over there. Or is that the answer? Use a power up and over a transports power. It's possible. It's possible. Let's just put that in for now so it actually functions. If I put that there, will it allow us to go over? I think it will. Yeah, so you can go over. So I could run this across and then bring the power up and over into this, which will be like our manufacturing area. Even though it's got lovely blueberries and such, but blueberries are up there as well. That's suspension bridges and all sorts. So that requires this thing. This power shaft. Aha! There you go. And that's how we bring the power up and over. If nothing else, it looks cool. Oh, question. If I put that there, can we have a water wheel here? Yeah, we can. There you go. That's our power. At least that's potential power. Okay, so we have, I think, more than enough then to plant. Plant crops. Look at all that. All that for carrots. There we go. And this is all for potatoes. Do I want another area for potatoes? Oh, this is potatoes. Just going to have to keep an eye on that. Oh, there we go. And then I think the rest of this will be wheat eventually. Eventually. I'm going to preemptively run a path across. Because we're going to go up to this eventually to gather stuff from the ruins. At least that's the plan. We have now 21 flour. Which means eventually, once we've got the bakery up and running, we'll be able to bake some stuff. In terms of supply of water, everything's fine there. Log pile is full over there. Planting is underway. Building is also underway around here. And you can see, yeah. Oh, look at that. That looks really good. So the building up and over. There's one advantage of doing this. All of these gearing things is inaccessible to the public, which means that claims for industrial accidents will be a lot lower. So, that's over there. This area, I want to put windmills in. However, my main priority is the bakery now. So I've set that to a high priority. In order to get... Well, we need a paper mill as well, which is 250. A windmill up and running. It doesn't really say where you have to place it. Obviously in an area where... Can't put it there, which is weird. And put one there. Oh, do you have to have you have to have a bit of a gap between them. Well, that makes total sense, doesn't it? That does make total sense. It requires 20 planks. I think we do need another lumber mill. But that's what we can build over here. It looks a bit messy, this, and it is. And it's certainly something I would redo. However, at the moment it just seems to work alright. So I'm not going to alter it for no reason. And there's a windmill, because why not? And there's all our potatoes over there. So we have... Oh! We have a bakery! So, it turns flour and logs into bread. We don't have any flour and logs to turn into bread yet over there, but we will have. We also have maple, which I'm not going to mark to be cut, because quite frankly, we have enough. Although, is that the poor way of thinking about it? It probably is, isn't it? We want to store it. I want to make a log pile and get it stored. But I want to store it in an area that is barren. There we go. Big, high up log storage. Means I'm having to travel and whatnot, but it's not too much of a problem. Let's go for... Cut trees, mark as cut all that, cut all of that. Making bread. And there you go, we have nutrition 1, 2 and 3 complete. Hunger, thirst, sleep, nutrition 1, 2 and 3, social life and comfort. That's 7 out of the 8 for the next faction. Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Timberborn, and... Yes, that's cool. Output is 78. It's variable. All we are is sawdust in the wind. That's quite nice. So yeah, we've got more power. We've got more logs, got more research, and we've got more food. Things are progressing nicely. What is worrying is the 6-day drought. I don't know if that gets any longer, we could potentially be in a bit of bother. So we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Timberborn. Next time, we're going to look at producing paper, which allows us then to build... what was it? Yeah, we need a paper mill, 250. Paper mill will then allow us to build a beehive. It will also allow us to build dynamite, because we can get an explosives factory, which means we can then basically explode this and make more inlets. And also, what I want to do is dig out this to fill all of this with water as well. Don't know if that's a good idea, but it's probably what we'll be doing. Either way, we will call it there for now. That's been a bit of Timberborn. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have any suggestions for different things to build, different procedures, and just general tips and advice, then by all means, let me know in the comments. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.